my best to remind you what that fee charge is, because it will be added on to your purchase price, okay? Do keep in mind, anyway, auction here is sold at the business condition, and there are no guarantees, warranties of any kind, either expressed or implied as to the make, the model, the year, the color, or anything else. So what you see is what you get. And that's why we have inspection time for you to take a look at the vehicles, so that way you make an informed decision of what you wish to pay. All right, as soon as the on-site people, as soon as we say sold, you do need to stand up out of your chair, you will come up to where you're registered, and you will complete the transaction. All right, all you online folks, don't forget, come in tomorrow morning, starting at 8 a.m. And we'll take payment all the way up to 12 noon. If you leave your car here past 12 noon, you will be assessed a penalty fee, which is equal to a day's worth of storage. So we don't want to do that to you, so get your out there and get the cars out there as soon as you can. All right, no 10-day holds today. Okay, no long lanes, everything will go out the door. Need a chair, we have more chairs over there in the back. Okay, I think we still have plenty of chairs out here for everybody right now, but, shoot.
So basically, not what? I did not, sir.
Okay,
Hold on. Oh, give me 15 seconds.
okay. Hey, Raul, did you see Eric tonight? Eric? He's here? Okay, cool. I missed him.
He's here, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, as far as payment goes, guys, we will take your cash, we will take transfer charge, Visa and debit card, as long as those cards are in your name, the registered vendor. All right, so that's the caveat to that deal. All right. For you, no smoking funny stuff, man. Okay, Mark. All right. All you online folks, welcome one and all. We're glad you're with us. Our last auction of the year here for 2025. All right. Hey, there's no alcohol allowed on the premises. Somebody brought in my belly. Don't bring alcohol on the premises here, okay? We have strict policy of that. There's no drinking alcohol. We're a motor vehicle company here. We got food trucks around here, so we just don't want any of that. No bad stuff. Okay. Okay. Everybody ready? Ready to go? Ready to go?
Ready to go?
Here we go. All right. Number one is a only two. You got 170 card. All right, guys. We're going on a match. Hey, guess what? 80 bucks to the key charge and another run. Who got about time time? You said five. You got to go five here. $500. Six. How about secondary? You got to go $600 here. Five, six, seven. How about seven? Now wait, eight. Now nine. Got to go nine here. $1,000 now. 11. How about 11, give me 11, give me half, 1,000 back row. How about 1,050 quarter, now half. How about 100, what the, let me see what the. And 1,050, 1,050, you're up. How about 1,075 now, 11 now, quarter now, half. Here, another half, each 11 a quarter. How about 11.50 now, 75, gotta go 75, 11 and a half online. 11.75, yeah, 11.75, silver twenty online. Boy, 11.50, 11.50 online order. Number two is 11.13, the camera card. $4 automatic, straight out of ride here. I got time to go, $500. I'm gonna go five here, $500, five, six. How about six, seven, eight, 9,000. How about 1,000, 11 here, 11, 12, 13. 13, 14, you're gonna have, now 13, 14, now half. Got a half, 14 right here, 1,450, 15 and a half, 16 and a half, and 17 and a half, 18 and a half, 19, 2 grand, 21, 21, 22, 41 and a half, 22, 2 and a half, 22 and a half, 22 here. How about 2,250, give me half?
Half.
Now 3 and a half, and 4 and a half, and 5, and 5. Ryan, I got you guys 25. 25, now half, 25 and a half. Right, 25 and a half, okay, 26, how about 26, 26 and a half, 27, 27 guys, 7 and a half, how about a half, 27, 50, you're gonna go 50, left 50, left 50, left 50, and I have half, 8, 28, hey, on my people don't, they're like old ladies, okay, 28, no, so, at 27, 50, 27, 50, on mine, yes, sir, okay? All right, here we got number 3. Hey guys, I want people to just stand up and think like a real man, okay? All right, here we go. The Cadillac CTS. $4 automatic straight line here. What about 800? How about they get above? She said 5, 5 and a half, quarter, half. I got a half rare, 550. And the 15, we go 50, 15, the 15, the 15, we sold it down for 5, number 6 is, no, here, no, 4, here comes. You see, CLA, the 50 miles. Yes, please, guys, hold on, automatic. Hey, what about the time? I got time to go, 2 grand, 21. How about 21 here, 21, not 2. How about 2, not 3, you gotta get 3, gotta get here, 22, 3, 4. How about 4, 5, 6, 7, 27, 27, you gotta go 7, now 8, 800, 29. How about 29, we're gonna go 9, we're gonna go 9 here, 3 grand, how about 3, down 1. How about 31, 31 to the numbers, I got 3 grand, 31. How about 31 to the number, 100, you got 1, 1, no 2, 32, you gotta get 2, 31 right there. How about 32, 32, 32, give me 2, 3. How about 3, 32 in the back row, 33, 34. How about 4, he's 33 over here. How about 34, you gotta go 400, 3,400 dollars, $400 here, and I sold it to him on the site for 3,300. 300, we'll catch his line number there, he has number 50. Right now, here's number 5. For 900, how about 9 to the bus, 5 to the bus, 3 to 5. How about 5 to the bus, 5 and a half. Half and a half, 6. How about 75, 6, now quarters. How about quarter, now half, 75. How about 74, 7, 7 and a quarter, how about 74, 7 and a half. How about 700, 700, 75, 800. How about 8, money 775, eat. How about 800, eat, now quarter, 825. How about 825, another quarter, now half. And a half, you guys all sold, 8.5, even quarters here. They had about 15, let's say, 900, 900, down would be 9, we're gonna go right to 1, people hand up, let's go. How about 9 and a quarter? 9 and a quarter, wrong side at 9, 9 and a quarter. How about 9 and a quarter, not half? How about half? 9 and here, 9 and a half. How about 915 or 75, gotta go 70 or 75, 975. All right, here now, 1,001, 1,000 to go, 1,000 to go, 975. They got 1,000. And 1,000 to go, 1,000 to go, and a quarter here for bidding like an old lady. 10, 10 and a quarter. How about quarter? How about 10 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter here, we quarter half. How about a half? Sticking lessons. 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half. How about a 50, 50, you gotta go 50, 1,050, 1 way, half, 75, and 75. Now about 75, your turn. How about 75, gotta go 70, but 75, so 10. 1,050, online, right? Here's number 6, here comes a 2004 Mustang car, $80 each charge, that runs gas. $2 automatic, what are you gonna do here? Now you're gonna give me 9, 5, 5, 6. How about 7, 7, now 8, now 9, we're gonna go 900 down there, now 9, what do you say? How about a half? He's in at 8, 8 and a half. 850 here, we're quoting the quarter, and so the 10. At 800 now, we're about number 8. Number 8, tomorrow, 800, right here. Number 7, here comes a 06 Infiniti G5. All right, guys, it was running, forward on. Give me about how much? What time is that? I got down to go, 5, 6, 7. I got a half, no 7, no half. No, but a half. I got a half here, a quarter, no half, 75. That E, 800, 775, 800. How about 800 dollars, 800 and a quarter here, a half, and 75. How about this 75, this 75, this 75, 75, 75, yeah. 875 and 9. sold him outside for $850. He has a buyer number, number 173. Higher, each car, on the floor. Now, we do two jobs, four run, the men, figure run, town. Overtime to go, four and a quarter, 4.5. I got 450 to 70 pounds, with the 70 for 70 pounds here, 475, right here. Then five, now quarter, now half, now 75, then six, and a quarter and a half. 75 and seven and a half, and 8.5, and 9.5, and 1,000, nine and a half over here, take 1,000, how about 975? How about 975, and 75, and 75, we sold the time for 950, 160, 50 price, and one, take the buyer, he'll come on up, he'll come with nine. Wait, hey, you got 120, 800. How about 800 bucks, 400 bucks on that money, man, you give me a forward three and a quarter, five and a quarter, five and a half. Hey, 75, 600, you're gonna be six, quarter and a half. How about 650, you're gonna go 50, 50, 650, right there, 75. How about 75, and 700, you're gonna go 7 and a quarter. And a half, 750, and 75, you're gonna go 75. How about 75, 800, and a quarter, 825, money's on side of eight, quarter, half, and a half, give me half. 850, 845, 850, 50, 850, 850, 50, and we sold it, time. 825, online, 825, number 10, 35. On a Medicaid, Charles, can you get your friend to come up to the window with you guys? Does he saw them all? Okay. Now, otherwise she'll come out here and start yelling at me. I don't like to get into that. Okay, fine. Here's the 35. Here we go.
I've been trying to benefit.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, here key charge. Yeah, here it is. Give me time. How about time to go? Time where it's 6.5, 7. How about 7? Money 6.5, get 7 on site and a half. How about a half? I'm gonna go hand and be 50, 50, how about quarter? How about 7 a quarter, quarter, now half, 7.5, 75. How about 75, 800 and a quarter, 25, 825 and 50, now 75. And 900 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, and 75, and 1,000. And 1,000 and a quarter, where I got 10 over here. How about 10 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter down here, just know, and we have some of the time, 1,000 even, number 166 tomorrow, here, number 11. Quarter automatic, salvage here. He said, three, okay, get him a quarter now half, got a half, 75, and a quarter, and a quarter. And a half, then 75, 500, and a quarter, now half, and 75, 6, and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, 600 over here. How about 6 and a quarter, quarter, now half, now 75, you're gonna go 75, 6.5, 675. How about 675, you hold on. How about 675, now 700, you're gonna go 7 here, give me 7. How about 7, you're gonna go 7, you're gonna go 7, now here we have sold the time for 675. 75, catch his number here. 171, all these moves you use, that's 2 times that got you now. 171 buyer, 171 buyer. All right, here's number 12, it's a 97, Chevy Blazer. All right, here we got a good title here, guys. 4-door Honda Matic, straight to the right. Here we got one. I can say it.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. There you go. All right, here it is, guys. On the Blazer, give me five of the bucks.
How record?
Five of the quarter, 5 and a half. I got 550, 50, 550, 550, 50 in the crowd, 5 and a half, 550, 50 sold. 5 and a quarter, right? Number 6 in my right. Here, number 15. He's not putting it here. I got one, 79. I already found it, here we go, what are you gonna do here? He said 3.5, 4, now 5, now 5. How about 5 above, 5, now 5, now 6, you're gonna be 6, now 5, now 7, now 5. And 8, and a half, 8 and a half, 9, now 5, now 5, 1,000, now 5. And 11, 11 and a half, now 5, you're gonna get 5. 775? Oh, come on. I got 11.5, 11.75, 11.75, 70.75, not 12, not quarter. And a quarter, your turn. 12 and a quarter. I got 12 and a quarter. How about 12 and a quarter? Now, half, 12 and a half, 75. You're going to get 75. You're right again. How about 12 and 75? You're going to get 75 here. So the time. 12 and a half. 166 is the buy. Yeah, so you guys, you see what you talk to your buddies. Yeah. Here's my number 14. Only 14. Another minute, shoot it around here, put it on the channel. I got time to go. He said, three and a quarter, 3.5, 74, not quarter and a half, and 5.5, and 6.5. How about a half here, a quarter, okay, fine, and a half, that's 75. How about 75? We're gonna go 75. Give me 75. I got 6.5 on mine. 6.75, 7. 7 and a quarter. A quarter and a half, and 75, 75. And he's gonna go down with that quarter, 25, there's a 25, he's over here. But they could afford to quarter and a half, they have that 15 or 75, they 75, 9. But 900, 900. But 900, we have solar pay, 875 to 160. All right, here's number 15, once upon 11, Chevy. That's the panel truck here, right there. So you don't have the match, so they're around here, we're gonna pay a pound time. Look at time to go, time to go, we're gonna go 500, you know, fine? How about 5, 1, 2, 4, 4 and a half, 450. How about a 50, 50, 250, right here, and 75, we're gonna go 75, 500, not 5, 470, on the line. I'll take 5. I'm not trying to remember, 500, quarter here, he's in the front, here inside, quarter, half. How about a half, how about a half, how about a quarter, how about a half? And 75, we're gonna go 75, now, say, 9 quarter, and a quarter, hey, we're on side of 6 guys. How about 6 and a quarter, and a quarter, here we have sober time, 4 to 6, and now she got at that time, número, señor, ¿qué número es? Número, ¿qué número es? Number 5, number 5 is my, 800, hold on, I've managed to go around 1,000. How about time to go? 5, 5.5, 5.25, 5.5. We'll go 5.5 on that one. I got a 15, no 75, I'm gonna go 75, 6, and there's under. How about 6 now, quarter, 6.5, 75, and a quarter, and a half, 75, 75. Now 8, now a quarter, and a half, 75, and 9, and a quarter, 9 to the left. Half, now 75, now 1,000, and a half, and 11, and a half, and now 12, and a half, 12 and a half, and 13 and a half. I got a half and 14, by 2 and a half, 14 and a half, 15 and a half, and a half, 16 and a half, 60, 50, 17. How about 17, we're gonna go 17, money 16 and a half on the side. How about 17 on line, now half, 17 and a half, 18. How about 18, we're on side of 17 and a half, 18 guys. How about 18, and I, soda tank, 1750, there's one, something. 173, 183. 173, here we got number 17 to 20, 10, so all the time, going on. The magistrate of the night, he don't forget, next week, their auction is on Thursday night, guys, Thursday night. I've got, let's see here, he said 6 and a half. How about 6, how about 50, 50, you're gonna go 56, 50, right here, 7. How about 7, I'm gonna go 7, 75, not 7, not quarter. That quarter, where be a half, and here 75, we're gonna go 75. Now we, 800, a quarter, now half, and a half. 875, we're gonna go 75, 9, a quarter. I have 9 here, need a quarter guy, so I'm 9 and 9. How about 9 and a quarter, 14 and a half, 50, 50, you're gonna go 59, 50. But 950, 950, and I sold it then. 925, number 18, 99, credit card. Around here, 800. But they have now quarter, now half, 80, 50, right here, 75. How about 75, you see it in half. 875, 900, a quarter, where you need a quarter, guys. A quarter and a half, 75, here is 75. And 1,000, now half. I got a half here, quarter, now half. I got a hand on 75. Number 75. Number 75. I'm gonna go to 75 and 75. Here we have silver tank. 1,050. 1,050. That's which number? Uh, 60. Okay. 60 is the buy, right? 95. Right? So the around 800. We said 3 a quarter. How about 3 a quarter and a half? 75 over 400 and a quarter and a half. At a half of each, 4, 50, gonna go 50, that's 75, not 5. How much money here, time for here, we're gonna go 5, we're gonna go 500, 500 here, $1,000 here, that's no, then like, silver tank for 475, 475, trouble something we have, number 32, the runner, okay, fine, 20 cars, I don't know, 5 Ford Mustang. All right, we don't have the minute, we'll stretch it up there, but you can fix it. All right, $500, 3 a quarter, 3 and a half, 5 half, 5 and a half, 6. How about 6, 75, now 6, now a quarter. And if we're handling 75, we're going to 675, 700 and a quarter. And the quarter will handle over here, 75, we're going to 75, 775, 800 and a quarter. And what do you say? 825, 50, 850, 75, 875. 875, 900 and a quarter, 925, 928, 9 and a quarter. How about now that quarter here, you're on 79. How about that quarter now half, not 75, you're going to 975. How about 975, 975, 975, here we have silver tank for 950, put them on number 4, the one there, right here, we go, that's an extra 21, 2,000, that's a Mission Mirage here. Salvage title that, 400 minutes, straight around, they get about 800. He said 3 again, 3 and a quarter. You know, about 3 and a quarter, and a half, 75. How about 75? Gonna go 375. How much 3 and a half? 30, 75, 75. Here we silver tank 350. Number 60. Here's star 22 and 03. You're gonna qualify. Right? 400 money. We're gonna get tackled here, guys. They're gonna be different. How much? You want 5? How about 5 and a 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 75. How about 375? Not 4. Who said yeah? 4, not 40. And a quarter, 4's over here, 4 and a half, 475. How about 75? 500. You got 5?
I got 475.
I got 5 over here, 5 and a quarter. How about 5 and a quarter? And now a half. And then 75, we're gonna go 575. And then 600, 6. And now a quarter. And now a quarter, 6 over here, 6 and a quarter, and a half, 650. And a 50, and 75, gotta go 75. 6 and a half. How about 675? We're gonna go 675, 75, and we have silver tank for 650. Number 8 is the winner. Or 23. Here's all 3. BMW 559. Right? For our minutes, we're gonna ride here down. We're gonna get 800. How about 3? Got it. Now a quarter. Now a half. 5. 5 and a quarter. 175. How about 75? We're gonna go 575. What do you say? How about 575? 6 and a quarter and a half. Now 75. Now 7. How about 7? We're gonna go 73. 7 clear. 675. 7. 7 and a quarter and a quarter and a quarter and a half. And a half. At least 7 and a quarter on mine. 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 75.
I got 75. I got 750 on
Give me 7 and a half. 775.
75 on
The other so with 8. 8? What do you mean?
8.
8, not quarter. Okay, fine. I have 8, 8 and a quarter. How about 825, 825, 825, silver tank. $800 online for 800. You can get 84 and all of 2015 Mercedes. Where you 50 and it goes around, going around. How about down the road? Let's see if you fix. 109, we're gonna go 9, we're 9. How about 9? We're gonna go half, quarter, half. How about a half? 8 and a quarter, 8 and a half, 75. Now 9. And a quarter, 9 and a half, and 75. And then you go terrific. I got 1,000 left over, now half, 75. How about 75? We're gonna go 75, 1075. How about 75? We're gonna go 75, 75, 11 and a quarter, now half, and a half, 11 and 50, 11 and a quarter, 11 and a half. And 75, 11, 75, not 12. I get 12, not 40, 12, 40. How about quarter, goes over there, 1 1/4. How about 1 1/4 right here, a half, 12 1/2, 75. 12.75, there goes 75. 75 here, 13, 13 1/4 and a half, 75. How about 75, you both off. 13.75, 14, 14 1/4 and a quarter, money's here, 14, quarter there, 14 1/2, 11.75, 15, 15 and a half, and 16. Now, 16, gonna be 16, $50 poker table, 16, now half. How about 1650, 16 over here. How about 1650, and about 50, 50, 1650, and we have silver thing for 1600, and let's see. What's the number there? What number do you want? 106. Here's number 25. It's a appreciate it. Run scouts, wonder how to manage. What do you do in this one? Who goes up 9? How about 9 to the buck? 8. Starts going up. 7. 7.5. No, 8. 75. 8. How about 800? Money 775. 800. Now the silver tank. 775 online.
Go 775 number.
Number 6. Number 10. Number 10. No, okay. All right, here we go. Number 26. Here's a 2,000. For minutes, so they're on here. Who was it? You said 3, 4. How about 4 here?
We're on the exhibition.
Yes, sir. I got 7, 7.5. Now and we here 7.5 over here, and $800. How much 800 here? 75, 75, 75. Now now a quarter. And that's quarter. He's over here, 825. How about 825, 825, 825, and I have silver thing, 800 for number 8. It's the bar. He's 765, 765. All right, well, better. What's accomplished? I got taken a quarter and a half, 350, 6, 6.25, 6.5. How about 6.5, 73, how about 7, you're gonna go 7 here, so it's 30, 675 cents. How about 7, you're gonna go 7, you're gonna go 7 here, and I have silver tank for 675. Look at my number 8 again, here. 8, all right, 400 minutes, so we try to run, they go 800. How about 800? On that one. He said 3, 3 to 4. How much? Not quarter. And the quarter is not quarter, I have 4, 4 quarter. Now, huh? I got 450, now 75, and 500. I'm a fund now, 30, right here, I'm here now, I'm a quarter down here, now half. I'm a 5.5, money's 5.25. I got a half, that's 75. I'm at 75, I'm gonna go 575, minus 5.5. I'm about 575, silver thing.
550 number
550, number 6 is, and it's charged by. Let's see here, here's the page, here it is. Okay, fine. Hey, what are you gonna make here, guys? 490, they give me about $500. He said 4.5, 5. You're gonna go 5, 5. I got 4.5, 5. How about 75? You're gonna get 75. Silver tank. 450, number 6 is number 30. Here comes 6. All right, 4.5, so they're my guy. I'm up $400. 4. I got 3.5. I got 350, 50, 50, you gotta go 50, you're a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, I'm 75. I'm a 75, 4, and I'm a quarter, 425, I have 4, quarter, half, and a half, 1/4 outside, got a half on line, 75, 500. I'm a 5, 75, and a quarter, 525, 5 over here, 5 there, 5.5. I'm a 5.5, 75, 600, and a quarter, 625, you get your up. How about 6.25, 600, 6.25? How about a quarter and we silver tank? 600, you got it. Right here, 1 mile. Right, we got a minute, so we try that down, 800. He said, hey, I'm taking a quarter. And we stretch it. How about taking a quarter forward, hold the quarter. How about 425, a half, 450, gonna go 50, 50, 450, what do you say? I have 4 1/4, 450, and 50, and 50, and my silver tank. 425. I use car 32, which is another way to get the car. I have automatic, let's see here. Okay, so you can get on, on that, you want 5, you want 4. That's what we now have. Then 75, now 5, now 40. And that quarter is now have 75, 75, 600. I've got 575 inside, 600. How about 6? Now 40, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half. How about 650? Has the half chance? Now 75, 7 and a quarter. How about a quarter? On site at 7, guys. How about 7 and a quarter and a quarter and a quarter down here? We're going to sell a tank at 700. This buyer number is 1. I forgot what it's got. No, it's got 30, what is it, 32? 32, there you go. 32 is mine. All right, number 33 is a 2017. It can have it does have an engine, but it's not in the front. It's in the back seat. Okay.
Back seat.
There you go. Okay, 2017 model. 4-door, automatic, straight to the right again. Daily working with 1,000. From the 1,000, you want 5, 6, 7. I got 809, quarter, half. How about a half? 850, 825. 850, 850, 851, 8.5. Nope, so. At 825, number 6 is my, I don't forget my number, number 34 is number 3. It's on the guys, okay? 4-door, automatic, straight to the right. He says, bring me the car. How about bringing the car? 4, it's even better. 4 and a quarter. And a half. That's 75. 395. And a quarter and a half. 75 and 6. How about 6? On site. 575, 6. 6 and a quarter and a half. How about a half? 6 and a quarter. 6 and a half. Uh-huh. No 75, no 7, no quarter, no half. 7 and a half. 74, and that's right. How about 750, 75? Not me. 800, 775 here. I need 8 guys. How about 800, 800, 800 here, 800 solar tank? 775 online, 135. It's an unbelievable. Guys, we're going to have the management of the 9 years in the township. How about that? What's our extra? I got 3, 3 and a quarter, 4, 4 and a quarter, 5, 5 and a half, 6. I have 6, 6 and a half. How about 650? I got 6 on 6. How about 650 here, quarter? How about 40 and a quarter and a quarter here? And I'm going to sell a tank. 600, number 1, 66 is 100. Here comes that nice classic, 1948 Chevy. All right, guys, there it is. We're going to have a nice here. What are you going to pay? We're about 10,000. How about 1,000? How about 1,000? Let's see what's dollars, not patience, okay?
4 and a quarter by.
We got 4 and a quarter, 4 and a half. I got 450. Nobody likes it. I got 4 and a quarter, 4 and a half. 450 on my silver thing. 425, number 6 is the bottom. All right, 85. Please, number 7 is on this one. We number 439. 4 minutes to the line. The counting here, this one. I got 15, 15 and a half, 16, 17, and 19, and 19. And you bring it on me 1, 2, you're going to get 3, 3, 4. How about 4, 5, now 6. How about 6, 7, 8, 28, what about 9? I can tell you. How about 29? Got a half, now 9, now 5, 3 grand, now 1, now 2. How about 2? Another focus table now, 31, 32. How about 33, 34, 34, 34, 33, 34, what do you say? How about $3,400, 484, 5. How about 5? He's 34, 35, now 6, 36, 37. How about 37, 38, 37 here, 38. How about 38, now 9, we're on site, 38, 39, 4 grand. How about 4, we're gonna go 4 grand, 39 here, 4 grand. How about 4, we're gonna go 4, we're gonna go 4 grand, don't sold it. 3,900 online, okay, we can start up here. 38, 07, CD, CP, on the minutes, for the run, who would have how much, 5? 4, now 5. I got a half, 450, I got 4, 4, 75, 5. How about five? Gonna go five, no quarter, five only five. Five's money. How about five and a quarter? I'm gonna go there, the quarter, the quarter, the quarter, here, here, for the ten. That's 500, number six to buyer, 640 to buyer. I get car number 39. Hey, we're going with a phone. Quarter on the next, they're gonna run it. 22 and a half, 45. Well, how about 23? How about 23? 22 and a half, 23 and a half. How about 23? How about 54? 24, say it, 24. How about 24? Number, now, 24, 15, gonna go 50, 50, come on, keep first return. 2450, now, 5, 25, 25, right. How about 25? You're gonna go 2500, now, 5, now, half. How about 25 and a half, 6, you're gonna go 6, 26, what do you say? And now, how 26 out of 50, you're gonna go 50. How about 26 out of 50, you're gonna go 57, 7 to 50, you're gonna go 50, 50, why not? How about 27 out of 50, you're gonna go 50 round, 10 here, 9, 1, 2, solid, thanks. 2700 online, number 47, on this next. 04. It's a, 4, E, 4.
Party.
Ooh, what's coming? How's that come? Take the whole paper right now. What's that, 4 grand? Cuatro mil? 400.
I got 5 and a half.
I got 5, 6 and a half. 61, 7, 50, now 800. And there you are, 7 and a half on each day. How about 75?
75.
Now 800, not quarter, 825, 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. I have 8 over here. 8 and a quarter. I have 8 and a quarter. And a quarter, right there, and a half, 75, and a half, and a quarter, and a half, and 75, $1,000 a quarter. I got a thousand straight away. How about quarter, now half, 75, now 11, now quarter, now half, now 11 and a half. And now 1175 pounds, now 100 and a quarter, now half, 1 and a half, 75. And 13, now quarter, now half, 75. And 14 and a half, 14, 50. I got 14 here, I got a half here, and 15, now half. How about a half? I got 15 right there. How about 15? How about 50 on mine? 16, what is 16? Now half. One side is 16, 16 and a half. How about 16? How about 50? Now 17, now 50. 50, now I got 17 here, I got a half here, 18, now half, 18 again on site, 18 and a half, 18, how about 50, come on, folks, start shooting. 18, how about 50, 19, 19, now half, how about a half, 19's over here now, how about 19, how about 50, you're gonna go 50, 50, and 50, and I. So the thing, that 1900, number 8 is there, number 42. Listen, that's, so guys, here it is, the final for. I got 1 to go, 5 to go. I got 5 and a half, 6, 6 and a half, 7 and a half, 8 and a half, 8 and a half, now 9, we're going 9, now half, 1 and a half, 1,000. And now a half, now here, 11, now half, now 12. How about 12, now half, and 13, how about 13 and a half? And 14, now half, 14, how about 50, 14 here, 14 and a half, 15 and a half. And a half, 16, 16, 1, 15 and a half right there. How about, you got 16?
No.
How about 16? You're gonna be 16, you're gonna be 16, 16, and we have 7 on the side for 15, 50, 7, 20, 20 is tomorrow, right? 20, 20. All right. Guys, take the side of here. You got about 800? How about 3 and a quarter? How about 3 and a quarter and a quarter? I got 3 and a quarter, and a half. I got 5, it's even better, 5 and a half, and my 6. How about 6 and a half? So how about 50? How about 50 and 7? You're gonna go 7 and 50, you're gonna go 50. And now 8, and now 8, 75, 800, 775, 8. How about 800 numbers? 800, you're gonna go here, you're gonna go okay? 775, online, up here, number 44, online. Hey, it could be a combination. Number time, he said 3 and a quarter. I got time to take a better quarter and a half, 75, 6 and a half, 75, 7 and a quarter. I'm a quarter on, 7 here, got a quarter here, you can have now. I'm gonna put that down, 75, I'm gonna go 75, 7.5, 75, 75 each. I'm gonna need $800 and a quarter, and a half, you move off. A half, 75. I'm at 75, I'm at 7.5, on the side. 875, 875, 9, and a quarter, and a quarter, 9 over here. How about 9 and a quarter? How about 9 and a quarter? Yes, when we silver tank at $900 from number 8. All right, range is number 5. All right, take the silver guys. It's swap out the other side, probably not that side. I already find, here we go. Give me Thompson.
6.
Down me, down to go, Uncle, 6, get that. I got 7, 8. How about 8? I got 7 right here. I need 8. I need 8 here, you got a quarter. Half. How about 7.5? Set the in this equal. So this is what the 6. How about 7? How about 50? You gotta go 50, 50, so 10. 7 and a quarter. Number 6 is, oh, here's 6 power. Oh, he doesn't tell us. Right, 400 minutes, and I'm much on my job. How about down the road? Over here, you how much in the jet? 5, 6. How about 600? You're gonna go 600, 5 and a half. 375, a quarter, half, 75. How about 75? You're gonna go 75, 75. How about 75? 75, 75, 600, now a quarter, and a half, that's 75. How about 75? Now 7, not quarter, quarter and a half, 7.5, 75. How about 75, 800, 800 here, and a quarter, on side of each, a quarter here, a half, he's a quarter, get a half. Hey, got about 50, 50, you gotta go 50, we got about 50, 50, we have about 50, and we have 75, 75, 875, 9. How about 9, 1 is 875, 9, and 100. How about 900 here, and I'm going to summertime. 875, right here in the front row, and what's your number there, 51? Right, 51, we do, it's huge, 57, it's a 104 here, 459, and then on the left, she said, they got a quarter. How about they got a quarter, 300, they got a quarter, quarter, 75, 5. Number 5, 500, not quarter, 525, and a half, 50. I'm at the piece, I'm at the here, 150, online, not 75, not 6. How about 6, 600? No, about 6, 575 here. I need 6, 600, and now a quarter, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half, we're back on 6, 6 and a quarter. How about 6 and a half, 650? How about 50, 650, 50, 50, and I'm going to summertime, 625 to 166. Right, here's 48. Here's an old hold on, automatic, regular line here. $100, 5. He said 3 grand, too much. I got 300, 4.5, 5. I got 5.5 and 6, and a half, and 7, and a half, and 8, and a half, and 9. How about 9? Now 1,000, and a half. And a half here, 50,000 right here, a half here, quarters. A quarter, now half. And a half, down to 50, down to 25, down to 50, now 75, now 11. I'm 11, 1100, 1075, 11. 11, not quarter. I'm a quarter, 11's over here. I'm 11, a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter down here. Yes, no, and I. Solar tank for 1100, 11. What's your number here? 174, 74, 56, number 49. He said 3 and a quarter. I got 3 and a quarter, here, high, 75, 6, now quarter. How about 6 and a quarter, 600, need a quarter. How about 6 and a quarter, need a quarter, 625, we're gonna go 25, I must think, right? How about 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, need a quarter here, up to 5, solar tank, $600, number 10, 50. That's the last part, 25. Now, when we think about it, all right, here we go. Here's the order. The QX56 for the automatic. Get it about pounds. I got 5 to go. 5 to go. So let's 5 of the bucks. Thousand, 11, half, 11, half. Well, we're gonna go from the very farm, what about you? We're gonna go for 75, not far. How about from the very farm, 175, 400, that's maybe when we single tank. 1175 online, I would say, happy New Year, everybody. Don't forget, pay your bills, get your colors out of the yard, and next Thursday, we're gonna see you right here, same time, same place, same channel. Okay? We'll get back on track, 2026.